Ever catch yourself thinking, just how long is this language learning thing really going to take?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like you see those online ads promising fluency in like 2 months.
Right.
But then you dig a little deeper and you find places like the Foreign Service Institute laying out these pretty lengthy timelines for reaching professional level proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, the listener who's ready to get going and make real progress,
Yeah.
especially with those foundational skills and being able to have conversations,
Right.
this deep dive is about uncovering the strategies you can use to move faster than you might expect.
Exactly. And it's not just about like personal enrichment, right?
Right.
We know that being bilingual can actually increase your earning potential.
For sure.
And then there are all these fascinating cognitive benefits, like
right.
boosting your memory or even your problem-solving abilities.
Yeah.
And how many of us have had that experience where, you learned a language at some point,
Yeah.
and then you kind of let it fade away,
Totally.
and you think, oh man, I wish I'd kept that up.
Absolutely.
So this is about rekindling that potential.
Yeah. And while reaching like full native-like fluency can take quite a while,
Yeah.
getting to a solid conversational level,
Yeah,
that's something that you can absolutely do in a matter of months,
definitely.
not years with the right approach.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even seen cases of people hitting that B2 level,
Wow.
which is generally considered like an independent user
Okay.
in just 4 months.
That's impressive.
Now, obviously, the relationship between the language you speak now and the language you're learning plays a big role.
Uh-huh.
And there's a distinction between, just casual conversation and being able to communicate about more complex topics.
Right.
So let's get into some practical stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
What are the most important things to focus on right from the start?
Well, I think your personal motivation is huge.
Oh.
That genuine drive to connect with the language.
Yeah.
Then it's about your mindset. You're going to make mistakes, and that's actually a good thing.
Right.
It means you're pushing yourself.
Yeah.
And finding a learning style that really works for you is essential.
Gotcha.
And of course, if you've tackled languages before, that gives you a head start.
For sure.
And the more consistently you engage with the language,
Yeah.
the faster you'll see results.
So motivation and mindset.
Absolutely.
Now, what about creating that immersive experience without necessarily having to travel to another country?
So immersion can happen right where you are.
Okay.
Think about actively changing the language settings on your phone, your computer, your tablet.
Yeah.
It's constant low-level exposure.
Gotcha.
Start listening to podcasts or music in the language you're learning
Yeah.
and really try to pick out familiar words or phrases.
Okay.
Watch shows or movies with subtitles in your target language.
Mm-hmm.
And actively try to understand what's being said.
Right.
You can even try labeling everyday objects around your
Oh,
house.
that's a good idea.
Or browsing the internet in your target language.
Interesting.
Anything that helps build that connection.
Yeah.
The key is active engagement,
Okay.
not just passive listening.
Makes sense. So how do you tackle the whole memory challenge?
Right.
Remembering new vocabulary and grammar.
Yeah,
It can feel so overwhelming.
absolutely. But that's where those memory techniques become really powerful.
Oy.
Active recall is a big one.
And what's that?
Trying to retrieve information without looking at your notes.
Okay.
It strengthens those neural connections.
Gotcha.
And then there's spaced repetition,
Okay.
reviewing material at increasing intervals,
Uh-huh.
which is incredibly effective for long-term retention.
So you're not just repeating things over and over,
No.
but you're doing it strategically.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Are there any tools that can help with that?
Oh, yeah. There are tools like Anki and Busuu that can automate this whole process.
Interesting.
Or you can use a simple flashcard system.
Okay. So not just repetition, but smart repetition. What about figuring out which words to learn first?
Right, because it feels like there are just endless possibilities.
Yeah, totally.
Well, here's where prioritizing strategically comes in.
Okay.
Focus on those high-frequency words.
Okay.
You know, the ones that come up all the time.
Hmm.
This is often called the 80-20 principle.
I've heard of that.
And it's super helpful for languages, too.
Okay.
Learn words within the context of sentences,
Gotcha.
not just in isolation.
Right.
Mnemonic devices or memory tricks can be really helpful.
Yeah, those are fun.
And definitely start with that survival vocabulary.
Yep.
The basic greetings, directions, ways to express your needs.
Uh-huh.
Those early wins build confidence.
Right. Practical communication first.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's better to do a little bit each day.
Yes.
Than to try and cram everything in at once, right?
Absolutely. Consistency trumps intensity.
Okay.
Short, regular daily sessions that you integrate into your routine,
Uh-huh.
like listening during your commute or reviewing flashcards during a break, those will lead to better results in the long run.
So we've talked about motivation, mindset, immersion memory.
Mm-hmm.
And then picking the right words to focus on.
Right.
And being consistent with our efforts.
Yeah.
And of course, we live in a time where we have all these digital resources available.
Oh, yeah. We are spoiled for choice.
So many options.
We have language learning apps,
Yes.
online platforms that connect you with native speakers for practice.
Ah.
A ton of multimedia content like podcasts and YouTube channels. And even AI-powered tools are starting to pop up.
It's amazing.
The key is finding what works best for you.
Right. Finding the tools and resources that fit your learning style.
Exactly.
So we're remembering effectively.
Yeah.
We're learning the right words consistently. And we're using technology to our advantage.
Right.
How do we stay motivated and on track?
So this is where setting SMART goals is essential.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Okay, so it's about being really clear and focused with your goals.
Exactly. Instead of a vague goal like learn some Spanish,
Right.
you might aim for something like learn 15 new Spanish food words by the end of the week.
Oh, that's a much better goal.
It is. And make sure those goals align with your personal reasons for learning.
Yeah, why are you doing this in the first place?
Exactly. Regularly remind yourself why you started.
Okay.
Find ways to make it fun,
Uh-huh.
like watching movies or listening to music in your target language.
Right?
Find a study buddy for accountability.
That's a good idea.
Track your progress.
Yeah.
Celebrate those milestones.
Okay.
And try visualizing yourself successfully using the language.
I like that visualizing success.
It can be super powerful.
And it's always inspiring to hear about other people who've done it.
Oh, absolutely.
People who've made significant progress in a short amount of time.
Yeah, there are so many stories of people reaching conversational fluency in just a few months. And, a lot of these successful language learners have some things in common.
Oh, like what?
They prioritize communication over perfect grammar,
Interesting.
especially in the beginning.
Okay.
They don't wait. They start speaking from day one. They focus on understanding the language.
Right.
They practice every single day.
Consistency.
Yeah, they find ways to make the learning process their own.
Right.
And they have that strong underlying motivation.
So the big takeaway here for you, the listener,
Yeah,
is that rapid language learning is totally achievable.
it is.
If you use these evidence-based strategies, create that immersive environment,
Right.
actively work with your memory,
Yep.
focus on the most important things, be consistent,
Yeah.
and set those clear goals to keep you moving forward.
Absolutely.
That's how you accelerate your progress.
It is.
And here's a final thought for you.
Okay.
What's one small, tangible action you can take today
Yeah.
to connect with your target language?
Right now.
Maybe it's finding a short news clip online
Okay.
or labeling a few items in your home.
Yeah.
Think about what new doors even that tiny step could open for you in the months ahead.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
What's possible?
For sure.
That's a wrap for today. I hope you're feeling more confident with your English. If you enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more quick tips and daily lessons. Stay tuned, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next video. Keep learning and keep growing.